Do you know that feeling when it's the weekend or it's a holiday break and you promise yourself that today I will finally start studying, and somehow you still end up on your phone for 6 hours straight? And here's the problem. You keep waiting to feel like studying, but that feeling almost never shows up. In this video, I will show you a simple 4-part day plan that makes studying almost automatic, even on holidays and the weekends, and even if you don't really feel like it. This is the same type of system I use to pass my exams after failing. And this is based on how your energy and attention moves during the day, not relying on motivation. If you follow this for just one weekend, you will get more done than in the last 3 combined. So let's start with the big idea. You do not have a motivation problem. Most students tell me, Tom, I am lazy. Tom, I just don't have discipline. But here is what is really happening. You wake up, you feel a little bit tired, and you think, let me just check my phone for 5 minutes. And that suddenly turns into 2 hours. And then you feel guilty, you start to feel behind, so you avoid the work even more. And it's not that you are broken, your day is just built in a way where fun things are easy to do. And studying is hard. So in this video, we're going to flip that. We are going to build a day where studying is the default and fun is still allowed, but only at a very specific time. We're going to use 3 simple facts about your brain. Your energy moves in waves during the day. You have natural high energy and low energy parts of the brain. And your brain hates endless tasks. If you say, I need to study all day, it feels impossible for you to start, and then you start to avoid it. Your brain actually likes rewards. So when it knows there is guilt-free fun later, it can push harder right now. So we will use all these 3. We will not try and become a robot. We will not remove Netflix or social media forever. We will put them in a box at the end of the day. And I call this the study sandwich routine. Morning study, real rest, evening study, and then release. Let me show you how this exactly works. Imagine your day as a line from wake up to sleep. Most people sprinkle distractions all over that line. 10 minutes of TikTok here, a bit of YouTube there, reply to a message all day. And the result is that your focus never gets really deep and you start to feel behind. And with the study sandwich, we do this instead. We have a morning focus block and we use your first natural energy peak for deep work. Then midday, we have a reset block. And this is where you get real rest with movements and offline habits. And then we have an evening study block. And this is a second shorter deep work block where your energy comes back a bit. And then we have the release window, 1 or 2 hours of guilt-free fun before going to bed. You're not trying to study here for 12 hours. You're trying to study hard for shorter blocks and then rest hard, then enjoy hard. The goal of this routine is very simple. You only need to do 3 things right. Start the morning block, protect the midday reset from screens, and keep all your fun activities until the release window. Now let us break down each part and I will show you exactly how to do it. Even during holidays or weekends when there is no structure, you can still apply this method. The morning focus block is the most important part of the whole system, even on weekends, even on holidays. You want one clear rule. And rule 1 is within 1 hour of waking up, you start your first study block. Not scrolling, not watching a show, not answering every message, just study. And here is the step-by-step system. Step 1, do a micro morning routine, 5 to 10 minutes. You do not need a perfect morning routine. You just need to take a short one that signals to your brain, hey, we are awake, we're going to work today. So an example here is drinking a glass of water, open your curtains or step on the balcony for some natural sunlight, maybe make a coffee or a tea. that is it. Then step number 2 is a 5-minute target list. You sit down with a notebook or your laptop and you set a timer for 5 minutes and you answer 3 questions. What is the one topic or chapter I must move forward today? Number 2, what are 2 or 3 very clear tasks? For example, do 10 practice questions on topic X, review summary of chapter 3 with active recall. And the most important question, when is my release window tonight? Write it down. Do not keep this in your head. When you do this, your brain actually knows what to aim for. You stop wasting energy asking, what should I do next every 10 minutes? Step number 3 is a 2-minute warm-up. This works so incredibly well. Before you open your notes, pick a spot on your wall or a dot on your screen and focus on that spot for about 2 minutes. Every time that your mind wanders, bring it back to the spot and you're basically telling your brain, now we focus. And step number 4 is that you want to work like a sprinter and not a marathon runner. Your morning block is around 2, 3, maybe max 4 hours total, but you do not focus non-stop. You break it into smaller sprints. So if your focus is weak, you study for 20 or 25 minutes and you take a 5-minute break and you repeat this. If your focus is stronger, you study for 45 to 60 minutes and you take a 10-minute break and you repeat this again. If you use a timer on your phone in focus mode or your laptop or a kitchen timer, the timer gives your brain a clear endpoint that makes it way easier to start. You're not saying I'm studying all morning, you're saying I just need to focus for this next 25 minutes. So what to do in this morning block? The morning is for hard thinking tasks. Practice questions, active recall, past exam papers, teaching the material out loud. Do not waste this high energy time on low brain tasks like color coding your notes, rewriting summaries, or sorting files. Save those for later or skip them completely. If you do only this one morning focus block, before anything fun, your exam results will already change a lot. You cannot stay in beast mode all day, so we have to move to the second part, the midday reset block. And this is where most students destroy their day because they finish a morning study session, they feel tired, and they say, I now deserve a break. And they open Instagram and they never come back to the study work. So we will do something different here. We will rest in a way that makes the evening easier, not harder. So rule number 2 is that your midday reset is ideally screen-free and offline as much as possible. So here are some options. You can take a nap for 20 to 30 minutes. You can go outside for a walk. You can do light exercise or stretch, go to the gym, have a run, clean your room or your desk, talk with friends or family in person, maybe prepare your lunch and eat it. The goal in this break is to do the opposite of studying. You want to move your body instead of sitting. You want to look far ahead instead of close to a screen. You want to relax instead of forcing your focus. Give yourself around 1.5 to 2 or 3 hours for this reset. And if that sounds long, remember, we are aiming for quality focus, not endless fake studying. Now, if you rest well here, your evening block will feel 10 times easier. There is one trap though. If you touch your main reward here, you will ruin the plan. So, no gaming, no endless scrolling, no just one episode, because you're saving all of that for later, for the release window. So tell yourself, I can do all that fun stuff later tonight. Right now, I'm letting my brain recharge so I can finish strong. And then we have the evening focus block. Now we come back for the second round. Even if you did not feel like studying in the morning, something interesting usually happens. Once you have one good focused study block, it becomes easier to do another. So you now have proof that you can do it. You have some momentum and your evening blocks is a bit shorter. Think 1.5 to 3 hours total. So step number 1 is change your environment. If you studied at home in the morning, go to the library or a cafe in the evening. If you studied at the library, move to a different table or a different room. Your brain likes new places and it feels like a fresh start. It is also easier to avoid family or roommates who are relaxing and distracting you. Step number 2 is the small restart ritual. Do a mini version of the morning ritual. 2-minute focus warm-up, quick check of your target list, and decide the next 1 or 2 main tasks. And then you start a new timed sprint. Step number 3 is choose the right kind of work. Evening is still good for active work, but you can pick tasks that feel a little lighter. For example, a second round of practice questions, reviewing mistakes from the morning, or teaching the topic to someone else or to a stuffed animal. Planning tomorrow based on what you finished today, and you want to finish your evening block knowing that you moved the needle. If I repeat this tomorrow, I'll be more ready for my exams. Once the evening block is done, we move to the part everyone is waiting for. It's going to be the release window. And this is the secret that makes the whole system feel so much more possible. So most advice is saying, delete all the fun, do not touch the games, do not touch social media. And that all sounds good until you're alone in your room at 11 p.m. tired and stressed, and your phone is right there. So instead of trying to be perfect for 3 weeks, we make ourselves one promise. And that rule is that you can enjoy your vices, but only inside a tight window at the end of the day. For example, from 9 till 10 or 10:30 p.m. Inside this window, you're allowed to watch your series, to scroll, to play games, to chat with friends. Whatever your thing is, you can do it guilt-free. But there are 2 conditions. You only start your release window after you finish your evening block. No study, no release. All right. Once the window ends, you stop. At first, your brain will test the rule. You will feel the urge at 2 p.m., at 4 p.m., at 6 p.m. And each time, just tell yourself, not yet. Tonight, I can go all in. Right now, I follow my plan. During the day, you are building this pressure, and at night you release that pressure in a controlled way, and it's much easier to resist for a few hours than for a whole week. So over time, something cool happens. Many students notice that when they follow this system, their release window becomes shorter. Sometimes they even choose to cut it because they are in a good flow. But at the start, make sure to use it. Let it be your dingling carrot. Now, how to use this routine on weekends and holidays. Now, you might say, Tom, this sounds nice for normal days, but on holidays, my schedule's chaos, family dinners, friends, trips, part-time job, and that is completely fine. You do not need perfect days. You need a simple rule. On any day, the weekend or the holiday, where studying matters, you choose your version of the study sandwich. Ask yourself 3 questions. When is my first possible 2-hour block for focus? When is a natural time for a big reset? And when is the second possible block? Even if it's only 1 hour. Then you place your release window after that. Example for a holiday, you wake up at 10 in the morning. Your morning focus block is from 10:30 till 12. You reset and you have family time from 12 till 3. And then your evening focus block is from 3 till 6. And then you have dinner and social time. And then you have a release window potentially from 9 till 10 p.m. again. Or for a weekend with a part-time job, you work in the morning, you reset break after work, and then you do have first focus block in the mid-afternoon. Then you do your second focus block in the early evening, and you have a release window late at night. The exact times do not really matter, but the structure, it does. Morning or first block, reset, second block, release. Once you understand the pattern, you can bend it around any day. Let us wrap the whole framework into 3 rules you can remember and follow. Plan in the first hour after waking up, even on the weekends. The 5-minute target list. If you skip this, your day will run you instead of you running your day. And protect your resets from screens. Use Midday to recharge, move, nap, go outside, do chores, talk to people. Do not open the apps that normally suck you in. And keep all fun aside until the release window. Not just 5 minutes outside of that window. You can do whatever you want, but only after your study blocks are done. If you follow only these 3 rules for the next 7 days, you will feel like a different student. Not because your personality changed, because your systems has changed. So here's my challenge for you. Pick one day in the next week, weekend or holiday, add and run this test. Morning, one focus block, midday reset, evening focus block, release window. And at the end of the day, ask yourself, did I get more done than usual? Did I feel less guilty? Did I still enjoy my free time? And if the answer is yes, repeat it for day number 2. Then 3, and this is how you start building discipline, not by yelling at yourself, but by building a day that makes good choices the easy choices. So if you want to make this routine even stronger, then make sure to watch my other video on the 7 layers of learning to make sure you don't get stuck in the trap of recognition during your study session.